Is bigger really better? And today's episode of the Love Atia Show is all about, does size really matter? But first, let's give a round of applause to our sultry being here. Alright, let's just dive in. This video is really more so based on my experiences, so there may be some opposing thoughts. Feel free to comment them below, but this is just trying to really break some myths and really break some egos out there. So the short answer is really no. Like, bigger truly isn't better. Some of my more painful experiences or less enjoyable experiences have been with guys with like length and girth. And that's the thing about it, is we have to figure that out first, right? So the definition of a bigger penis to some is just a really long penis. I think that for me, an average sized penis would be, let's say like 7 to 8 inches, but like maybe I'm pushing it. I don't know. Maybe it's considered large. And then like abnormal, okay, then you have like 9 to 10 inches, which I feel like is too much. And can like get in the way almost. And then like anything beyond that is just OD, like get surgery. I'm kidding, like love yourself, but that's OD for me. You're gonna break my cervix. And then like below average or like medium average to me would be like 6 inches. If we're getting into like 5, 4, 3, that you're, to further prove that size doesn't really matter, or more so big sizes don't matter. My better experience with a guy, I've had 2 experiences in life that I felt like, wow, I might actually like sex with this man. Not men as a whole, but just with this man. So 2 of those. So the first time that I had this experience was with a guy with a smaller size, I would say. Like, it was probably, I'm not gonna say the smallest that I can remember. Well, this is no shade because it was a really, really great sexual experience. But yeah, it was definitely a smaller size than I was used to. Okay, let me give you an example. Like normally, if I'm like, say, giving a hand job, I want to use 2 hands, you know, like get a little funky with there, right? If I'm giving oral sex, I'd like to use hands in my mouth. There was not room for all that to happen, so I had to switch up some of my techniques, which just showed me that I could do the damn thing regardless, but it was just so interesting. So that you can kind of get an idea of what the size was. But no shade, because it was one of the better sexual experiences that I've had. And then the second sexual experience that I had, I felt like he was pretty like, just a good size. I'm not gonna say big or small, but I guess if we had to put it on a spectrum, he'd be on the bigger side. But like not abnormally large, like again, to the point where you are affecting my cervix. There was one guy that I had sex with, and he was from New Orleans. I don't know what they put in the water in New Orleans, but all I know is that it's a consensus that almost every man in New Orleans has a big penis. Like, it just is a consensus. So I say all that to say, we had sex, and I don't know if it's just because I wasn't emotionally connected to him, or what, but I know that the size of his penis, because it was so large and so girthy, definitely took a toll on the pleasure and was way more pain than anything. Which leads me to my next thought about size, which is it's not always about the length, sometimes it is about the girth, right? Now, I cannot speak from experience with this. The only time that I feel like I've had somebody who's been a little bit more on the girthy side has been the guy from New Orleans, because like I said, he was long and wide, which I wasn't used to. And I don't know if this happens to women out there, but I know for me, like, my vagina snaps back. So it's not like, and maybe I'm just not having sex consistently enough. And even when I was in a relationship, we weren't having sex consistently enough for me to really, my body to get adjusted to it. So it just feels like the first time every time. And to most people that sounds like, oh, that's great. It's actually not. Like, I want to be able to try some freak stuff that I've learned that I can't because I have to get adjusted physically first, which is annoying. With that being said, girth can definitely be something that affects how good you feel, because he can actually be long and super skinny and not hit all the spots that you need to hit within your vagina, which is very interesting to me. So again, which shows that length doesn't always matter. Sometimes you need kind of a combination of a good medium-sized length and then a good girth as well, because too girthy is too much for me, but some people really like it. And that's the thing about sex, and I want to say this for all of my videos, this is based on my experiences, all of these. I'm no sex guru, I'm still learning like all of us, and I'm just sharing. So if you have an opposing thought, like I said before, please comment below, tell me what some people like. Wider penises, like that's just their thing. But I think that we should just stop gassing men to believe that if their penis is big, their sex is good, because those two do not correlate at all. Another thing about the guy that I had sex with that was of a smaller length was that his girth was good and perfect for me. And he was like, we really did a lot of stuff with intimacy, which scared the shit out of him, but it made me feel good. And I think that was super helpful in like getting me excited, I guess I can say, but also getting me in the moment. And I think that I just felt, when I have sex with people, sometimes I feel like I'm getting fucked, and I don't like that feeling. So I made sure, and I've been very thoughtful for a majority of my experiences to try to, after having that epiphany, to try to have like love making instead, like make love. And even if we're not in love, we can create a love for this moment and create a piece of intimacy. So I said that to say that he was really good with like his hips and like moving, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm just getting thrusted in. And I think he was actually one of the main people that taught me like, oh, I don't like thrusters. Like I do like when it's an intentional movement and it feels like we're dancing as opposed to me just laying there being used. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. My point is that length definitely doesn't matter. Also, guys dick fish, and we can talk about that another time, but just know that it's a lot of people out there saying they got bigger things than they do. So when you get in person and you see it, it's just like, whoa, that doesn't look like that. But again, maybe you shouldn't be disappointed, because it might be better for you that it's a smaller penis. All in all, the conclusion is that size does not matter in the way that we think it should. Basically, size does matter, but the length and thickness of being of a bigger size does not put you at an advantage. So let's rewind. Size does matter, but more so, smaller sizes matter. Like all sizes matter, but small sizes matter. All right, y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. I hope you can't see this sunburn on my arm. Stay tuned for yet another video of the Love and Tia Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to give yourself a major, major hug. I love you so, so much. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and to be kind to animals.